Alright, what's up everyone? My name's Scaff, in case you didn't know, and here we go. I'm going to be commentating my Ratchet and Clank PS4 New Game Plus new PB slash world record speedrun. I won't say the time, leave it as a surprise if you want, or you could just read the title, whatever. But yeah, let's get to it. And we'll start in 3, 2, 1, go. So overall, the run went extremely well, and it's definitely my proudest run to date. It was very nice. So I'm basically just gonna be running through what I'm doing throughout the run, saying what happened and everything, and yeah. So right off the bat there, in case you don't know, is basically you could quickly change some settings. And so we go straight into settings, and we're gonna we go to extras, and we turn on invincibility, fast mode, and infinite ammo. Because this is New Game Plus, we have all the gold bolts already, and we can do that. And basically that makes the game a lot faster and a lot easier. So yeah, it's pretty nice. And so right here across Velden, you're seeing me just do these kind of little boosts everywhere. They're called wrench cancels. You see some like right here. They're just faster than walking when you don't have Clank to do a long jump with. So that's why we're doing them right now. Once we get Clank and the heli pack, they won't be needed anymore really. So a huge skip right here that I've just kind of missed, but basically what we've done is we've gone out of bounds like crazily throughout the whole map, and we've basically gone to a part of the map where we're not meant to be until basically you're at Velden daytime, and then we go to Core 2 as Clank, and then we come back to Velden at nighttime, as you see right here. But what we did right there is at Velden daytime, we glitched out of the map and went to a part of the map where you're only meant to be there at the second visit of Velden. So what we do is we go there, we kill this enemy, which triggers a checkpoint, and then we reload we change our difficulty, which you would have seen before, which reloads our checkpoint. And when we reload our checkpoint after getting that objective completed, we spawn at Velden at night time. So we've just skipped the whole Core 2 Clank section and saved I think it's about 2 or 3 minutes. So pretty cool skip right there. So that whole Velden was extremely smooth. That was a 154 Velden, which is 1 second off my gold. I think it was a 154 anyway. So yeah, that was pretty good. So going into Nivalis now. Nivalis also went reasonably smoothly. It wasn't amazing, but it was pretty solid. I don't think it was almost gold, but I know it was a 424 Nivalis. So that's pretty good. That's definitely above average for me and in general really. So same thing throughout this level. We're just see these wrench cancels, just faster than walking, and just going through this level as fast as possible. You'll see a little skip here right now. Normally you're meant to jump on those lifts over there. What we're going to do is we're going to come back and jump on this door, jump onto this like thing on the wall, and then we skip straight up to this catwalk here. That saves about 5 seconds. It's not too bad. But yeah, you also might think, why don't you just go straight up there instead of doing the little wrench thing? If you don't do that, the little wrench thing over there, the game soft locks when you try and talk to the plumber here, and you just get a black screen. You can't get out of it. So that's why you have to do that thing first. So that's the first part of Nivalis. That went pretty smoothly. This goes a bit more rough, but it was still pretty good. So getting some really nice big wrench cancels here. Obviously we get them off enemies and boxes and crates. So if Ratchet would automatically lock onto something with his wrench, if you do a wrench cancel out of it, you'll get a way bigger boost, which you'll see, you just saw before. You might see some right here as well, where Ratchet will just get a huge boost from a wrench cancel. It's pretty cool. Yeah, they're kind of just a bit of luck. You can kind of plan them out as well, but yeah, you want to get as many of them as possible basically. So right here you're just seeing I'm just killing these enemies as fast as possible, shooting some proto class, and that'll kill them as quickly as possible. Timing that perfectly just so I land on the button just as it's like able to be pressed. Just all of these little optimizations that you just kind of learn as you play the game for quite a long time. And yeah, that's the end of Nivalis. So that went pretty smoothly. I'm actually just going to get my splits up so I can see for sure, but I'm pretty sure it was a 424 Nivalis. So we'll just have a quick look here. Anyway, so on to Kerwin right now anyway, just while my splits load up. First of all, we have this ship section that isn't optional, we can't skip it at all, which is kind of annoying, but yeah, whatever. Sorry, I'm just trying to open my splits and they ain't working, but doesn't matter. Anyway, so the ship section, basically we just have to kill a bunch of these ships. So first of all, we kill this ship right here, and that's kind of like, it's meant to be like kind of like just like a tutorial ship teaching you how to shoot your thing, basically. And then basically you'll get 5 more of those ships come in right now, and basically I go in a specific route to kill the ships as fast as possible. So I'll go in this direction and this ship will spawn right here. I'll kill him, go straight to this guy, then this guy, and then this guy before he gets around the corner just there, and then we turn right and we get this guy right here. So that's pretty much as fast as possible right there. Was also not as fast as possible, but that's in theory the fastest route of killing those ships. Next, and you also just saw us difficulty changed to skip some dialogue, so we didn't have to wait, and we just get straight into this like portion of the mission. So this portion of the mission, you just have to pick up these bots and shoot them at this big dude over here. That's pretty much it. So we have a certain route that we go every time to pick up a good amount of bots efficiently. So as you can see, he's already down to 12% health, and we're just going to shoot these last bots at him, and he's dead. So that's the ship section for Kerwin. That went fine. They can't really go badly, so that's good. This would be the last, basically, of the section you'll see us doing wrench cancels in for the rest of the game until the final planet. But because we're about to get the helipack. So basically, just here, I'll just explain this little skip here. So we're going to kill these enemies, and then we're going to shoot a protoclass down there, which is going to kill those enemies down there. And we're going to shoot another protoclass and hit that button right there. And what that'll do is that'll trigger the cutscene that you've just seen for the helipack, and now we have the helipack. So that's basically that. That saves actually 20 seconds, so it's pretty good. So the helipack, as you can see, I'm just long jumping everywhere. That's basically the fastest movement in the game. You hold forward and spam R1, it's pretty simple. So that's basically the gist of the movement in this game now. It's basically long jumps and high jumps. And every now and then you'll see us just do some single jumps and wrench cancels for timing, and blah blah blah. As you can see, I just high jumped at a specific spot when I was going up the elevator, so that way I reached the top. Basically, it's just efficient. You know what I mean. Now we're basically just trying to go through this level as fast as possible, just long jumping everywhere. It's pretty simple. There's not too many skips. You'll see a couple little things on the train here, just some little things that save a bit of time, like that, for example, where we long jump and hyper strike onto those crates rather than like high jumping onto them. Just here, actually, we have a little skip where we can high jump around here. You can actually long jump as well, and then we can catch that swing shot, as opposed to doing the wrench thing, turning it, then getting the swing shot out. It's kind of just retarded. Whatever. I'm sorry I used that word. Anyway, have another skip right there. Instead of doing the ledge kind of thing there, we can just kind of skip around it. Blah blah. Another skip there. All of these little like tiny skips, whatever. They all save a little bit of time. And then we're just going to go to the end of the train now and do the wrench thing. I really need a name for these wrench things. I don't know what to call them. Screws. I'll call them screws. That's basically what they are. And that was a pretty good train. Not the best, but it was pretty damn good. So after the train, now we have the training course, which is like a thing in the game. It kind of just designs for you so you get the hang of the helipack movement. So we're going to be going through it as fast as possible using like the helipack, because the helipack on fast mode, for some reason the high jumps go way higher, so you can skip to a lot of places that the game doesn't expect you to be able to do. So for example here, like you skip all of this platforming straight up to here, which it doesn't think you can get to, and then we can go up here, scale this like side of the wall, and now we're automatically at the end, as opposed to scaling the whole like training course around all of the sides. We can just go straight up there like that. It's pretty cool. And that's the end of the training course. That was pretty good. So this Kerwin overall was very good. I think it was almost gold, so I was pretty happy with that. And next we have Nebula G34. We have a pretty cool skip on that, and I think it went pretty well. So yeah, in the meantime, let's try and get these splits working. Don't know why they aren't. Can't even find live split. Where is it? Where is it? I don't even know. It's just like disappeared, my live split. So weird. Actually, I have a picture of the split, so I can use that. I will. Anyway, so this is Nebula right here. So, for starters, we're just going to long jump to the side here, and we're going to go to the one route in the whole. There's basically 3 routes that you can go on this map. 2 of them are essential to being in the game casually, and one of them's not. This is the only one that isn't. So you're wondering, like, why are we going here then? So what we're actually going to do is we're actually going to go to this optional path. And then we're going to glitch through the ceiling right here by using this really specific clip method, which clips us through the ceiling like here, like so. And then we're just going to go back through the level that we've just gone through. But since we're on the roofs, we can break into the other parts of the levels. It's pretty screwed up, but as you can see, now we're on the proper route, or kind of. And now we're just skipping through the whole level. And we're skipping straight to the boss fight right here, which is the only thing that we need to worry about on this planet. So, first of all, we shoot him with the rhino to lower his health, and then we're going to sheep him using the sheepinator, and kills him almost instantly. This is pretty cool. So, and that's it. So we just glitched through the whole planet straight to the final boss that we needed, because we don't need the other 2 routes. We don't need in the speedrun, because one of them, obviously the optional one, which gives you a weapon, which we don't need, and the other one gives us a gadget, which we don't need because we skip it. But yeah, that's Nebula right there, which is pretty cool. That was a very, very good Nebula as well. Very solid. Nothing was gold though in this run, which kind of sucked, but oh well. I'm gonna get these splits up now, so I can look at them. Alright, cool. I have them here now to look at. So yeah, that nebula. Oh yeah, fun, cool thing about this nebula. It was my first sub 12 nebula, 11:59, which is very hard to do. I was really happy with that. So after nebula right here, I was 3.9 seconds ahead of my previous PB, which was 30:05. Anyway, going into Iridia, I had a really huge potential time save, 8 seconds. So I was really hoping to get almost all of it. And so, basically, yeah. And I also found some small optimizations in Iridia here. So at the start, for example, there, well, not for example, but at the start there, we did a difficulty change to skip a cutscene. And then we're just going through Iridia here as fast as possible. We only need to do one of the routes, which is the swing shot route, which will bring us to the a really screwed up glitch. So we're going to out of bounds here, scaling up this whole building, and at the top of the building there's these things called like debug triggers. So you actually see right here, you see these little text things that down the bottom where it said press triangle, and it's basically when you press triangle on them, it just triggers certain things in the map. And so we press triangle on a certain one, which triggers the end of the map for you, and it just gives you the coordinates to what we need, which is planet Realgar. So it literally just like, you just go into that building, press triangle, and you have the coordinates to Realgar, and you can leave, because that's all we need at Iridia right there. So yeah, that was a very good Iridia. I ended up saving all of the time I needed. I saved a total of 7.1 seconds. So that's when I was literally already nervous after Iridia right here, because I was 11 seconds ahead of my PB, which is already 29 pace, and then I have 15 seconds of potential time save in Deplanetizer, so I was pretty happy with myself. So Gaspar right here, I took it really safe in the lava there just because I didn't want to die, and Gaspar went okay. It wasn't that smooth, but it was pretty good. So as you can see, we're utilising invincibility here, being able to bounce over the lava 3 times without dying. Normally you die after 1 bounce, so we can bounce over the lava and just like completely break the sequence of Gaspar. Basically, normally in Gaspar you'd have to go through the planet, collect the grind boots, and then use the grind boots to get into this section where you collect the brains and then unlock the jetpack. What we do is we skip straight to here, collect the brains, unlock the jetpack, and then use the jetpack to skip straight to the grind boots. So basically we just do it in reverse order because it's way faster. You actually saw there I actually screwed up a bit. I missed one of the brains, one of the tripod buttons, sorry. So I had to like go back and press it. That didn't waste too much, it wasted like a second or two. But yeah, it was pretty annoying. So right here, we're actually collecting a bit of extra brains as well. Normally you actually only need 10, but as you see, after this next one that we'll have 14 out of 10. The reason for that is it's just quicker in the long run, so after we have to collect more brains, and we can just get extra right there, because may as well. So that one all kind of, that wasn't very smooth because of that one screw up, but apart from that I think this gas bar is pretty solid. Mainly it's just consists of me flying around the jetpack, shooting the rhino, and collecting brains, and that's pretty much it. So all of this, killing these, obviously these telepath puzzles, they give you 3 brains at a time, so basically you kind of just want to kill as many of them as possible. So we try to work them into the route as much as possible because they give you the quickest, they give you the biggest amount of brains in the quickest way, kind of. So right there, once I got the 20th brain, I just changed difficulties and it spawned me straight back at the guy, skipped those cutscenes, and that's it. So now what I can do is I can skip straight to the grind book section right here. So this is the end of the grind book section that we're meant to do this big like level on, but we just skip straight to the end of it using the jetpack. So we go to that door to trigger these enemies to spawn, otherwise they won't spawn. We kill all of the enemies, and then we go down to the grind boot section here. We get this little cutscene from Court, which you can actually skip, but we don't really know 100% how to yet. Would be cool to find it though. It does save, that would save about 6 seconds, so that's pretty good. But yeah, anyway, did that tripod lock pretty nicely. That matters. Anyway, got the grind boots, and that's gas bar. So gas bar went not amazingly. I lost 1.5 seconds, mainly just because of that hiccup at the start. But it was I was negative 9.5 at the end of gas bar with a 16:43, which is still very good. All of this is pretty much my best pace that I've ever had, I think. So yeah, very good. Now Rilgar, if you don't know, is my most scared planet. I always screw up Rilgar, and especially in this run, since my PB's Rilgar wasn't that bad. I still had like 2 seconds of potential time save, but I just struggle with Rilgar a lot in runs. So I was really worried and nervous about this, but it did go pretty well, you'll see. So basically, at the start here, we're just going to jump on this rock and long jump of it, skip over this, just a little shortcut here, rather than taking the path to our right. And then we're just going to be skipping along here. Rilgar's really broken. We use like different routes that we're not meant to use, and then skip them into other routes. It's really weird. So right here, we just high jump out of bounds here using the helipack, and then we're going to use a damage boost right there, where basically the game's like, oh, you're out of bounds, get out of there, and it like kind of boosts you out of it. And funny enough, you can control the boosts and boost further out of bounds with them, so it's pretty funny. So yeah, we basically used that to go over there and skip to the tanks, and now we're at the end of that section of the level, but we don't want to be there because that's a hoverboard race. So what we did is we just skipped over the roof right there and skipped over to the other end of the level right there, which gave us the trespassers, like straight to that guy. And then we difficulty switched, came back to the hoverboard girl, and then that's it. So Rilgar's really crazy like that. We just go in between routes the whole time, glitching over like roofs and shit. And yeah, but in case you didn't know, if you're a glitch hunter, we're really looking forward a skip which skips the trespasser in this game, because Iridia and Rilgar, the only purpose of these whole 2 planets is to get the trespasser, and the trespasser is used twice throughout the whole run, but we can't complete 3 times actually, but we can't complete the game without it, and it's really frustrating because it's just like Iridia, all it does gives you the coordinates to Rilgar. Rilgar, all it does is give you the trespasser. So it's just such a waste of time almost, but no way to get around it really. But overall, that Rilgar was really nice. Saved 1.1 seconds, so that was pretty good. That was a 1830 Rilgar, so that was nice. So I just missed a little thing on Battaglia here. So that was a really cool skip. Basically, it was found by a casual player. For some reason, if you just jump in that specific spot in midair, you just get blown up and you spawn mid through the planet, and everything's just done for you. Like, no explanation whatsoever, but yeah, it's pretty funny. So basically we skip straight to the turret here, do the trespasser puzzle. It's one of 3 that we need to do. We just auto hack them because obviously why would you do it normally? And then we jump into the turret right here. So the turret's always quite a nerve-wracking thing because it can go really good or it can go really badly. It just depends on how your aim is. So my aim was okay. Played a bit of COD beforehand, you know what's up. So I had pretty good RNG, or RNG. You can kind of manipulate the RNG where they spawn, but had pretty good spawns in general. Had a very good first ship right here. Second ship was also pretty good. I think my third ship was, oh no, second ship was the one that kind of dropped me off a bit. It was pretty slow. But the third and fourth were okay. They're all like pretty decent. This battalion wasn't amazing though, purely because of the turret. The turret kind of just decides battalion for you, since the other bits aren't really hard. So I ended up losing 1.5 seconds here on battalion, but that was still alright since I was still 9.1 ahead of my PB, and it was a 21:47 battalion, which is very good. Anything below 22 is very good. So I was really happy with that. And yeah, so basically, yeah, this is battalion right here. I'm just running out of things to talk about. But yeah, basically, you basically have to shoot these little enemies, these little green ships that you're seeing in front of us, and then it'll fill up the bar. Once the bar's full, you can shoot one of like your big missiles at one of the big ships, and there's 4 big ships, so you have to fill up the bar 4 times. So I think it takes like a minute-ish, I'm not really sure. But yeah, that's that. Decent turret overall, not the best, but yeah, it's pretty good. And then yeah, you jump in the taxi, and that's pretty much the end of the level. We have a little skip at the end of the level, you can see here. It's just, I don't know, it's like a little thing, but pointed out anyway. Basically, you normally have to just like take the swing shot to our right here. If we just go straight over here, long jump off the edge, we can just catch this swing shot here and go straight up to the ship, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that was Battalion. So next is Core 2. Core 2 I wasn't too scared about, mainly because I had 4 seconds of potential time save here, and I'm usually, like, Core 2's one of my best planets, kind of. It's alright, but I usually never screw it up in runs. But yeah, so Core 2 did go reasonably well. I did have one screw up, just, you'll see in a little bit, which lost me about 1 or 2 seconds. But apart from that, I still saved time because I had the 4-second potential time save, so it was alright. Time save's time save. So yeah, we're just going through the level right here, doing some little skips like that, just like that you saw. Now right here, I like long jumped off the edge because I don't know, I'm an idiot. So that's where I lost my time. That was it. Apart from that, this was a good good quarter. So right here, I'm just kind of using the really big high jumps that I explained before in fast mode again to just break out of bounds, get on top of that roof, and then we're just gonna be completely out of bounds right here along this huge bridge. And what we're going to do is we're going to go along the bridge until the 4th last post. And then what we're going to do is we're going to jump. The reason we have to go to the 4th post is because there's this huge death barrier below us. And to be able to jump off the edge without dying from the death barrier, we have to just go past the death barrier, which is happens to be at the 4th post. So we're going to jump off at the 4th post, and then right here, once we're under the death barrier, we're going to start gliding towards the spot where we have to go to beat the level. So we're going to just glide over here, and right about now we're going to drop down and go to where we need to go, so just right here. Then we're going to long jump out of this, we're going to go through this out of bounds of the level, and then you can see us high jump right here and catch that trespasser puzzle right there. We're going to complete the trespasser puzzle, and then that'll spawn us inside the level, and that's the end of the level. That's the trigger for the end of the level, so yeah, skip that cutscene, and that's Core 2. I did screw up at the end there as well, I forgot that. I accidentally like quick selected a weapon, which is probably like half a second or something. Overall, that was a pretty decent Core 2. Negative 10.2 at the end of Core 2, 23:58, so sub 24 Core 2, that's pretty cool. And yes, Phoenix. Worst planet of the whole run pretty much. So first of all, you see there's 5 enemies. What you can do is you just fly up and they'll follow you and just get destroyed because they'll go straight into the ceiling. That's not the fastest way to do it, but it's most consistent, so I just do it in runs. But yeah, so next bit, this is Victor Von Iron. So after that cutscene's done, you want to change to hard. Just do it. I can't be bothered explaining. You just got to. And then right here we have tractor beam skip. So basically, what we have to quickly do, you have to kill him as fast as possible before we hit that last mine. So the last mine's quite far away over there, but if we go past that mine before we kill him, and he's at a certain damage barrier, he'll use his tractor beam on us, which will lose us about 10 to 15 seconds, because when you're in the tractor beam, you can't shoot him. So you have to basically just kill him before he gets you into his tractor beam, which isn't too hard in New Game Plus, but in 90% and whatnot, it's quite tricky, like a weird way of timing it. But yeah, basically you just have to fly at him and kill him as fast as possible, and that skips the tractor beam sequence. Apart from that, these punch cancels were pretty shitty, but they were okay. It got by. They were not very fast, just odd enough, but yeah, they were okay. And we come into this section here, we're just going to turn this guy into a bridge bot and jump over to here. Then we're going to turn this guy into a spring bot, and we're actually going to use him to clip through this wall right here. So we're going to clip through the wall, and we're going to bounce off that black liquid and land right here. And then this is where I lost the time, just from like being a dumbass there. And then we just jump up onto these pipes, jump up onto this ceiling, go over this ceiling, and land right in that spot, and done. That's the trigger for the end of the level. So yeah, it's pretty funny. We did lose quite a bit of time there just from that slot, because my Phoenix in my PvE was very good, but yeah, can't really help it. We actually, yeah, we did lose quite a hefty amount of time, which is kind of annoying, but you know, just cop it. So that's the end of Phoenix right there. We lost about 3.5 seconds on Phoenix right there. So right now we are 6.8 seconds ahead of the previous PB of 30.05. So I was pretty certain I was PBing at this point. It was just like, alright, let's not screw up too bad so we can get the 29, because the 29 was the ultimate goal. Like right now I could pretty much do anything. I could screw up pretty badly on Deplanetizer and still get a PB, but I wanted a good 29, and I had a 15-second potential time save right here. I knew I wasn't going to get all 15 because my gold is stupidly good, but I just tried to make sure I got everything first shot, because if you don't know, you have this one trick here where we just go completely out of bounds, and I almost fell off the edge, but some reason I got caught floating in midair, and it basically saved me. Literally, it just saved me. It's never happened to me before. You always fall off the edge, and so that was one of the tricks of the level that always can screw you up. But luckily I got it. I did lose about 3 seconds from that screw up, but at least I could have lost like 10. So yeah, and then right here we changed to casual, and then this is the hardest skip in the whole game, hands down, in my opinion. Right there, as simple as it looks. You saw that elevator? You have to jump off the elevator at precisely, so precise, the precise moment. If you jump off it at the precise moment, the elevator will go down, but it will go down without you. Normally, once you step on the elevator for a certain amount of time, you can't move anymore and the elevator will take you down, or you can step on the elevator for a short period of time, get off, and nothing happens. But what we do, we get on there and leave the elevator just at the perfect moment, so the elevator leaves, but we can still move. So what happens is the death barrier below us gets completely removed, and it lets us fall straight down to the trespasser puzzle, and it saves us 8 seconds. So I always go for that now, because I just need that time save. Otherwise, it's just too hard to PB, to be honest. At this kind of times, it just gets too hard. So I always have to go for that. But I've practiced it a bunch, and it's not actually that bad. It's pretty easy timing, because you can just see kind of where you are on the ground. So yeah, that's basically the most nerve-wracking trick for me, especially since it's literally the last trick of the run. And once you get that, it's basically just the golden trophy right there. So we just had Quark fight just then. I didn't really need to explain it. You just shoot Quark with a Rhino and that's it. Had this little grind rail sequence before Nefarious, and that's pretty much it. So we had about a 3-second screw up doing the first trick on here, and on the second trick we got it first try, the elevator skip, which saved 8 seconds. So yeah, we overall had a decent Deplanetizer. Could have been better, but we still saved a bunch of time. here we have Nefarious here. Nefarious actually requires a little bit of technique. You have to shoot him a very specific amount, otherwise, you see how he's like doing all these little animations? We can actually skip half of these animations just by taking little bits of health off. So like right here as an animation, just shoot him a little bit, skips that one, shoot him a bit here, skips that one, and yeah, so you just kind of have to, you can't just belt him with bullets straight at the start. But right here's the end of the run right now, and if you haven't already checked, the time was 29:51. So really happy with this run. It was really good. That deplanetizer right there was 3:36, so it's not too bad. It was I saved 6 seconds on my old PB, but still have 9 seconds of potential time save, which is crazy. But yeah, so deplanetizer and Phoenix overall were kind of the worst planets of the run, but they were still like very solid. Apart from that, this run was crazy. I'm really happy with it, and yeah, it was pretty good overall. Hope you enjoyed, and that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed, and yeah, this is Ratchet Clank PS4 New Game Plus World Record by me, Scaff, in 29 minutes and 51 seconds.